Every U.S. aircraft used in the Afghanistan War, and why they were chosen. B-52 Stratofortress. The B-52 Stratofortress first entered service in 1955. Despite its age, it became one of the most effective aircraft in Afghanistan. Originally designed to deliver nuclear weapons during the Cold War, the B-52 was repurposed for precision bombing. Its greatest advantage was endurance. The aircraft could loiter for hours, providing close air support for U.S. and Allied forces. However, the B-52 also symbolized a key limitation of air power. Even the most devastating bombs could not permanently control territory on the ground. B-1B Lancer. The B-1B Lancer was designed to penetrate Soviet air defenses at high speed. In Afghanistan, it served a very different purpose. The B-1 carried large payloads of precision-guided munitions and was often used for rapid response strikes in remote regions. Its flexibility made it one of the most heavily used bombers of the war. But like the B-52, it highlighted a central reality. Aircraft could destroy targets, but they could not replace ground forces. F-15E Strike Eagle. The F-15E Strike Eagle was one of the most versatile jets used in Afghanistan. Originally built for air superiority, it excelled in ground attack missions. Equipped with advanced targeting pods, the F-15E allowed pilots to identify and strike targets with extreme accuracy. However, Afghanistan offered few opportunities for traditional air combat. This meant that many advanced fighter capabilities were rarely used. F-16 Fighting Falcon. The F-16 became a backbone of U.S. air operations. Its relatively low operating cost and flexibility made it ideal for close air support and patrol missions. F-16 pilots often worked closely with ground controllers to support troops under fire. Despite its success, the aircraft still depended heavily on intelligence from forces on the ground, reinforcing how interconnected air and land operations had become. AH-64 Apache. No aircraft was more feared by enemy fighters than the AH-64 Apache helicopter. Designed for tank warfare, the Apache proved devastating in Afghanistan's valleys and mountain passes. Its ability to hover, maneuver, and strike with precision made it ideal for counterinsurgency warfare. However, the Apache was vulnerable to small arms fire and harsh terrain, reminding commanders that helicopters carried significant risk. CH-47 Chinook. The CH-47. Chinook was one of the most important aircraft of the entire war. Afghanistan's terrain made ground transportation extremely difficult. The Chinook solved this problem by transporting troops, equipment, and supplies to remote outposts. Without it, many U.S. operations would have been impossible. Its importance highlighted a truth often overlooked. Wars are won as much by logistics as by firepower. UH-60 Black Hawk. The UH-60 Black Hawk became a symbol of U.S. military presence in Afghanistan. It transported soldiers, evacuated wounded personnel, and supported special operations. However, the helicopter also became vulnerable during landing and takeoff, especially in hostile territory. Losses reminded commanders that even routine missions carried danger. A 10 Warthog, the A-10 was never designed for modern wars, yet it became one of the most beloved aircraft among ground troops. Its slow speed and heavy armor allowed it to deliver devastating close air support with unmatched accuracy. However, its vulnerability to advanced air defenses raised questions about its future in modern warfare. MQ-1 Predator. The MQ-1 Predator changed warfare forever. For the first time, pilots could strike targets without being physically present over the battlefield. Drones provided real-time surveillance and precision strikes, especially against high-value targets. But they also introduced ethical and strategic debates that continue today. MQ-9 Reaper. The MQ-9 Reaper expanded drone warfare even further. With greater range, heavier weapons, and longer endurance, it became a central tool in counter-terrorism operations. While highly effective, reliance on drones also created distance between decision-makers and the battlefield, a shift with long-term consequences. Despite unmatched air power, the U.S. military struggled to achieve lasting stability. Aircraft could eliminate threats, but they could not build institutions, secure villages, or replace local governance. Afghanistan demonstrated that technology alone cannot win wars. The Afghanistan War proved that air power is a powerful tool, but not a decisive solution by itself. Every aircraft used played a role. Every mission mattered. Yet the outcome showed that modern wars are ultimately decided on the ground and in the long-term strategy behind them.